Hey, everybody. Cheers. It's finally the end of my week. I had to work today. So, yay. End of week 3. Very happy. Um, Hang on. I need something warm because, good God, it got cold out there. So, let's see. Things that happened my week this week. I actually got really emotional with um, the progress that one of my patients made. The first time I saw her, she was only able to stand pivot transfer and take like 2 side steps. Um, then we got her to the point that she could take like 5 steps. She walked from her bed to the door and then to her chair. Um, so that was good. And then, her third session, she said she wanted to step out in the hallway. So we walked from her bed out into the hall and then back into her chair and did her exercises. And then she said she wanted to do it again on the fourth time I went to see her. um and she did, and it was just so great. Um it was nice to see that accomplishment for her because she was just really down and worried and upset that she wasn't as mobile as she used to be, and of course that's understandable. So that kind of made me emotional. I had a little tear in my eye when I walked out of her room that day. um, let's see, other interesting things I've had happen this week. One of my patients, he has, hang on, let me see if I can find what it's called because I wrote it down. Um, Fournier's gangrene. I can't remember if I told you guys about him or not. It's necrotized fasciitis of the genitals, and it has really messed with this guy's brain. Um, you know, he told me that there was a little boy about 7 or 8 years old sleeping under his bed at night. He also said that he knew Rocky, Sylvester Stallone, and asked if I had seen him walking around town. I'm like, no. Uh-uh. But good on you. He says he's known him since before he did Rocky. Let's see. I had an 87-year-old that she was total assist to get her up to seated edge of bed. I mean, we had to actually pull her sheets off the bed and use the sheets to help, hold her and support her so that we could get her sitting edge of bed. And she was actually really thankful that, we got her up. She told us what a blessing we were for her. That was great. And I even did some passive range of motion exercises with her, just so that she felt like, she was getting treatments. I had, the next one on my list. I actually had to deal with a racist mother effer. Thankfully, it was at the end of his session, or toward the end anyway. I still treated him with respect, and but the way he talked about other people, especially the construction crew that was working in the room next to his, the comments he was making, I was just absolutely furious and biting my tongue. And when I walked out, I told Conrad about it, my CI, and I told him I'm sorry that I didn't get you. I only got 1 unit for this guy. I couldn't stay in that room anymore. So that was interesting to deal with. And then today, I had two interesting kind of cases. I had a hip fracture with an ORIF. So trying to get her moved, I was able to get her with moderate assist with me and my CI. We were able to get her sitting edge of bed. We did get her to stand briefly. She did have 50% weight bearing on the leg, the right hip where that had the fracture. So we had to make sure that, she didn't put full weight on it. And she's like, "Oh no, trust me, I won't put full weight on this." I did supine exercises with her while she was in bed. Got her to take a couple of side steps to the head of the bed. But that was about it for her. And then I had a patient that I had to teach log rolling to. He also had a TLSO. So that was trying to figure out how to get that put on, because I don't think we had one in class. Maybe we did and I just don't remember right now. It's been a long day. But, figuring out how to get that on and wrapped and everything. And then he decided he wanted to sit up, doing basically a sit-up. I'm like, no, 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 no. This is not how we get up out of bed with back issues, please. So I had to teach him log rolling. And it was a good refresher for my mind. Had to think about it for a second. And I was like, okay, how do we do this again? Oh yeah. So, but that's been my week. My goal for next week, and I've already done it twice, is to have 7 patients. Earlier this week, I was averaging like 5 to 6. And then I decided, okay, my goal for next week is 7 patients. I want to see 7 or more. And so that's where I'm at. I've already done it. Like I said, I've already done it twice. Yesterday and today, I saw 7 patients. So, okay, sorry, I've rambled. I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. See you guys again next week.